watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the September 9th meeting for the Michigan City Board of Zoning Appeals. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Good evening. I'd like to call the meeting for Tuesday, September 9th at 6 o'clock, the Board of Zoning Appeals meeting. We're meeting Common Council Chambers in City Hall. So if we could have a stand and join me for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Dr. Edwards, can we have roll call?
Yes, ma'am. Ricky Jackson. Fred Klinder.
Here.
Kathy Stransky. Deborah Vance.
Here.
Brian Gross.
Here.
Okay. So next is approval of the minutes. Do we have any comments or concerns with the minutes from August 12th, Tuesday, August 12th of 2025? If not, can we have a motion to approval?
I make a motion to approve the minutes of August 12, 2025.
Can we have a motion by Mr. Gross? Do we have a second?
Second.
Second with Mr. Klender. So we can have a vote.
Ricky Jackson. Fred Klinder.
Yes.
Kathy Stransky. Deborah Vance.
Yes.
And Brian Gross.
Yes.
Okay, next on the agenda is petitions. Petition B-101-25 Big Red LLC and Crew Car Wash. Attorney Willoughby, would you?
Thank you. Christopher Willoughby, Brady Nelson and James on behalf of the petitioner. I don't take lightly in that coming before you to ask for another continuance. While I know it's not unprecedented, I don't, again, take it lightly. But I will say, unfortunately, the process dictates that I can't ask you beforehand and you have to grant it at a public meeting. And my client has been conducting some additional due diligence based on some communicated concerns, staff concerns, and trying to address some of the points, including wrapping up the negotiation of a further easement regarding access, et cetera, to the property. That's not quite done, but it will be done. And so we're in this catch-22 where we're trying to push to get things done before this meeting. When things look like they might not get wrapped up, we don't have the ability. And I mean, thankfully, Dr. Edwards is responsive and we have discussion, but she's not the decision maker. So additionally, while it's not a rule, it's not the law. Customarily, when there's not a full board and we're subject to potentially needing a unanimous decision of 3, in my experience on that side of the table and this is that there's also an option to, or a request that is usually granted. So, I would join that in my request. And like I said, it's with the utmost respect and it's for good intentions. It's not to delay, but rather to make sure that you have everything that we could possibly present to you. And then the questions that come from there, I guess, then, that will be what it is. So I respectfully request on behalf of the clients that we continue this public hearing for October. And I anticipate that we'll be one of 2 things, that we'll be fully ready to go by that time, or that we would withdraw that petition and not come before you and ask until we were ready.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you. So with that in mind, I want to ask the board if there is any discussion, or would you like to make a motion?
I make a motion that we grant the continuance for the petition right here. There it is. B-101-25.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr.
Thank you.
Clunder.
Mr.
Second.
Pender, would you add to your motion that the matter is continued to our October meeting, which will be held on October 14th, 2025 in these chambers at 6 PM?
Yes, I agree that that should be added to that petition.
Okay, we have a motion. Thank you. Do we have a second?
I second.
Okay, Dr. Edwards, will you take roll?
Ricky Jackson, Fred Klinder,
Yes,
Kathy Stransky, Deborah Vance.
Yes.
And Brian Gross.
Yes.
Okay, petition
Right.
continuance granted. Okay. Dr. Edwards, we have any old business?
No, ma'am, we have neither old business or new business.
Okay, with that being said, it is now public comment.
Yes, Tommy Kolovic, 1316 Ohio Street. I know the last meeting, there was a little discussion about the future Drive and Shine car wash. Still a little bit of research on that. Mr. Terrafani, the owner of Drive and Shine, he bought those vagrant motels there for $900,000. Spent thousands of dollars having the old motels torn down and all the rubble hauled off to the landfill. He went through a legal process and had the 3 parcels that the vagrant motels were located on combined into one. And now he's paying a $11,000 a year property tax bill on that. So he's definitely got $1 million investment right there just now and just having that vacant land there. I'm sure what I expect his next move is going to be before he proceeds any further. He'll go for front of the city council, request a tax abatement on his car wash equipment before he proceeds any further. Like this time, I like to read the unsafe building law. Now, this might be kind of hand in hand with some of the future things. I know Mr. Gross, he's got 2 maybe unsafe buildings right between his houses. I know Williams is a vacant city-owned, old police West Side headquarters. This is something I first heard back in 2015. It was our previous city attorney, was Mr. John Espar Esquire. He read this when the city was dealing with 111 Franklin Street. That was commonly referred to as the ice cream parlor fiasco. When he read this, it was something that really stuck and resonated with me. And I found it to be a very powerful piece of legislation. I hope when I read it really sticks and resonates with you too. What this is, it's Indiana Code 36-7-9-4.5, local government. In Indiana, especially in urban areas, there exists a large number of unoccupied structures that are not maintained and constitute a hazard to public health, safety, and welfare. Vacant structures have become dilapidated because the structures are not maintained, repaired by the owners or the persons who are in control of the structures. Vacant structures attract children, become harborage for vermin, serve as temporary abodes for vagrants and criminals, and are likely to be damaged by vandals or set ablaze by arsonists. Unkept grounds surrounding vacant structures invite dumping, garbage, trash, and other debris. Many vacant structures are situated on narrow city lots and in close proximity to neighboring structures, thereby increasing the risk of conflagration and the spread of insect and rodent infestation. Vacant deteriorated structures contribute to blight and cause a decrease in property values and discourage neighbors from making improvements to their properties. Structures that remain boarded up for an extended period of time also exert a blighting influence and contribute to the decline of the neighborhood by decreasing property values, discouraging persons from moving into the neighborhood, and encouraging persons to move out of the neighborhood. Vacant structures often continue to deteriorate to the point that demolition of the structure is required, thereby decreasing available housing in the community and further contributing to the decline of the neighborhood. The blighting influence of vacant deteriorated structures adversely affect the tax revenues of local government. And the General Assembly finds that vacant deteriorated structures create a serious and substantial problem in urban areas and are public nuisances. In recognition of the problems created in any community by vacant structures, the General Assembly finds that vigorous and disciplined action should be taken to ensure the proper maintenance and repair of vacant structures and encourages local government bodies to adopt maintenance and repair standards appropriate to the community in accordance with this structure and other statutes. And I think a lot of you board and commission members that serve on these and the mayor, they really need to embed that statute in your brain housings. You know, we got a lot of those around the city. Thank you, and that's it. And I'm Len O'Connor.
Thank you.
I don't know that one. Hello, Board. Scott Mellon, 200 Kenwood Place. I understand the need for a continuance tonight, but this is the second time I've come before this board for a planned public meeting. I may not be available the week of October 21st, so I personally am disappointed. I'm very pro-development for Michigan City, generally speaking. I'm wholeheartedly against this proposed development or the proposed car wash at the restaurant. And I find the board has reason here under the statute to not grant the variance. If they didn't need a variance, they wouldn't have to come here. Section 3, use variance, 28.11, Section 3. The need for the variance arises from some condition particular to the property involved. There is nothing particular to that location that a car wash is the highest and best use of that property. It has shown, in fact, to be a successful location for a restaurant for several decades. Furthermore, the number of car washes we have in this town show that we have plenty of places zoned properly for a new car wash. I thought of one on Route 20 between the Sonic and the Arby's. There's a vacant lot there right on 20, probably big enough for a car wash. You might look into that. The Tire Barn, I think, is under contract. That would have been another good location, in my opinion. Secondly, 28.11, Section 4. The strict application of the terms of the zoning ordinance will constitute an unnecessary hardship if applied to the property for which the variance is sought. Again, this property has no unique characteristics. It is shown that it is usable for other uses. So I don't see any will constitute an unnecessary hardship of applied to this property. I personally find the highest misuse for that property would be another restaurant. That's the front door of Michigan City. It's sort of, in my opinion, a car wash would be kind of a wart on your nose of the front main drag of Michigan City. We have already approved another large car wash within 1/8 of a mile here. What Tommy mentioned, next to the Burger King, the old hotels. I know we can't say we have enough car washes. That's not a reason to say no. I understand that. Free market, I welcome that. But again, sections 3 and 4 of the variance law, I think, give you the way to say, no, not here. Find a different location that needs to be developed that doesn't require variance. And I think we should try to get a restaurant additionally in that location. And if I'm not able to speak October 21st, please remember today's words. Thank you.
Excuse me. You said October 21st
Yeah.
twice. It's October 14th.
Uh,
And so I want the public to be aware of the fact that our next meeting in October is October 14th here at 6 p.m. And the petition B-101-25 will be heard then.
Thanks for the clarification. I'm hoping, I think I should be able to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Public comment?
Patrick Vance, 318 Gardena Street. First, I'd like to say happy birthday to my wife. I just wanted to point out, if you guys have your meeting on the second Tuesday, it's going to fall on November 11th, which is Veterans Day. If you do have one in November, so you might consider either doing the Tuesday before or the Tuesday after. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone online for public comment? Public comment? Public comment with no public comment is closed. We have any board comments?
I would just like to make a comment on the dilapidated housing and all that. There's a couple of issues with that. One, as Tommy mentioned, both sides of me. One of them is owned by the city. It's the old police substation, which I know this mayor has been trying to do something with it, but nothing's happened. And structurally, I'm not sure it's sound after some car hit it about 5 or 6 years ago and knocked a big part of the building off the foundation. The other side is arrear in taxes for years and years. They've put it up for sheriff's auction several times, and the people have never, that got the bid, never redeemed it properly.
And I'm sure that's the same problem with many of the dilapidated houses in this city. A big problem is the city doesn't have the money to solve all these problems. They take down houses as they can, but they don't have an unlimited budget to clean all that up as they should. Okay, in fact, as everybody knows, we're short on money this year, I think. Will be next year due to House Bill 1, I think, cutting funds back a lot. Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Any other board comments? Okay, with no other comments, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
We have a second.
Second.
Okay, with all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Thank you.